In this video, I am going to teach you limits. Under limits question, you will be given 25 marks for your pure mathematics paper. First part, I am going to teach you the concept behind limits. For that, I will take a function f of x 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. Then they are asking a question, what is the value of this function when x equals 1? That is f of 1. When x equals 1, we get 3 into 1 squared, that is 1, 2 into 1, 2, we get answer that is equivalent to 2. So this function becomes 2 when x equals 1. Let's take another function gx x squared plus 2 divided by x. Then they are asking what is the value of this function when x equals 3, that is g of 3. For that I have to substitute 3. Then g of 3 equals 3 squared 9 plus 2 divided by 3, that is 11 over 3. Now let us take a more complex function, which is f of x equals x squared minus 1 over 3x plus 3. Then they are asking the value of f of minus 2. To find that, I have to substitute minus 2 for x. Minus 2 squared 4, 3 into minus 2 minus 6, then I have 3 over minus 3, which is minus 1. That is, value of this f of x function becomes minus 1 when we take x as minus 2. If they have asked what is the value of this function when x equals minus 1, see carefully, when x equals minus 1, that is f of minus 1 becomes minus 1 squared 1, 3 into minus 1, that is minus 3. In numerator we have 0, that is acceptable, divided by denominator it is also 0. This is not acceptable. Why? In mathematics we know anything divided by 0, anything divided by 0, it is not defined. So we can't have such answers. That means we can't have zeros in the denominator. To avoid this concept, we have a lesson called limits. Now I have taken a more complex function, x squared minus 4 divided by x minus 2. Let's find an answer for the function when x equals 0. That is, f of 0 becomes minus 4 over minus 2, which is 2. Then let's take an answer when x equals 1. F of 1, that is 1 squared, that is 1, 1 minus 4, that is minus 3, then 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. Answer is 3. Then I am going to find an answer for the function when x equals minus 1. Minus 1 squared, that is 1. 1 minus 4 minus 3 divided by minus 1 minus 2, that is minus 3. Answer is 1. Now I want an answer for the function when x equals 2. That is f of 2. 2 squared, that is 4. 4 minus 4. Directly I am going to write the answer 0. Then x equals 2. 2 minus 2, that is also 0. What is the answer? We don't have an answer for this one. It is not defined. You know, in mathematics, if denominator becomes 0, we can't obtain an answer. It is not defined. So this f of x function had answers for all these values except for this one. That means this function is not defined for this x value. Keeping that thing in mind, now let us find what's going to happen when we take x values very close to 2, because when x equals 2 we got a not defined answer. So I have answers when x equals 1.9. This is 0, this is 1, 2 and 3. For 0, that means when x equals 0 I got an answer. For 1 also I got an answer, but 2 no answer. For 3 also we can get an answer. Substitute just 3, you can get an answer. Now I am going to substitute 1.9. That means a decimal value which is closer to 2, not exactly 2. So when x equals 1.9, this function becomes 3.9. Okay, then we can argue like this. What if the value becomes 1.99, even closer to 2? Then we have 3.99. We can go further. 3 decimals, 1.999. Then we have 3.999. You can check this using a calculator. So when the value of x getting closer to 2, you can see 1.9. 1.99 is even greater than 1.9 and very close to 2. Then you have 3.9. And going further, 1.999. Then you have 3.999. That means you can see from this pattern, when we approach to 2, that means when x goes to 2, our function goes to 4. Our function goes to, this is the negative side. That means negative means in the number line you have negative numbers here and positive numbers here. So when we approach our not defined value 2 from negative side, now I am going to approach my not defined value 2 from the positive side. That means 2.1, 2.1, somewhere here. Then I can go further towards 2, it is 2.11. Then I can get answers 4.1. So this is sorry, it should be 2.01. 2.11 is more than 2.1. 2.01. then it becomes 4.01. Then going even closer, 001, it becomes 4.001. Here also you can see the same pattern. What is the pattern? When I approach towards 2, my function value approaches 4. So this is the concept behind limits. If a function is not defined for a particular x value, then I can't obtain an answer for that. Then I have to take limits of that function. What was the not defined value? 2. Then I am taking limits x tends to, then I have an answer. But for this one, I must have a calculator for simplification. So on the limits, you will be given the question in this manner. They know this is not defined when x equals 2. Then the only thing you have to calculate is this. They are asking what is the value of this function when x tends to, not when x equals to. So our function is x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. Now I am going to substitute not 2 but a number closer to 2, that is denoted by x arrow 2. Before that, I can simplify this function. I can factorize this into difference of 2 squares, x minus 2, x plus 2. These are the factors of difference of 2 squares. Then x minus 2 get cancelled. This is limit when x tends to. Now I can substitute 2 instead of x. Why? Now I have get rid of this not defined part of the function. This was the not defined part. When I substitute 2 for x, this function, this expression became 0. Now I have removed that expression which I got 0. Now after removing that, when I substitute, I have an answer which is 4. Can you remember in the table which I filled, we got an answer that was going to 4. From negative side and also from positive side, it went towards 4. So when x tends to, we have an answer for the function, it is 4. Okay. Let us discuss another example, g of x. 4x squared minus 1 divided by 2x minus 1. We can see this function g of x is not defined when x equals half. How? Not defined means denominator, this expression becomes 0. When x equals half, this expression becomes 0. For that I can equate the denominator to 0 and find the value of x. It becomes half. That means we can't have an answer for the function when x equals half, but I can go, that means I can approach to half and get an answer for the function. But I can't directly do this x equal half. We can't do that because it is not defined. So I can approach half and get an answer. This is not actually half. We can't get that in this stage. Then we can find limits. Limits of the function g of x when x tends half. So this is 4x squared minus 1 over 2x minus 1, and it can be factorized like this: difference of two squares, 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1. When x equals half, we got 0 for this denominator. From this simplification, I can get rid of that not defined expression. Then we have 2x plus 1. When I substitute x equal half, we get 2. My answer is 2. That means we can't substitute x equals half directly for this function. Denominator becomes 0. Then I have to take limits. When x tends half, gx becomes 2. My next question, this is the function, and I have to calculate limit of this function when x tends to. Just substitute x equal to here. We can see denominator becomes 0. That means we can't substitute x directly and get an answer. It is not defined. Then I have to simplify such that this not defined expression denominator cancels out. That means I have to simplify my numerator. How to simplify this? This is not just difference of two squares. An advanced concept. Square root and minus number. When you have square roots like this, keep in mind the concept called conjugate. You have to multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate of numerator. Conjugate means same expression. Here you have plus. That means if you have a minus b, conjugate of a minus b is a plus b. If you have 3x plus 1, if you want to simplify and you are going to perform multiplication of conjugate of 3x plus 1 is 3x minus 1. What is the difference? You have to change the middle sign. That's it. Okay. When you do this conjugate simplification, it is very interesting. Here you have difference of two squares, that means factors of difference of two squares. Consider this as a minus, this is b term, a minus b. Here you have same thing, a what plus a plus b. So this is a minus b, a plus b. A minus b into a plus b, we know a squared minus b squared. That means square of this part, square root removes, and minus square of this, that is 4. This is the numerator, and here we have x minus 2 . So when I simplify my numerator, I get x minus 2. Now I can simplify my not defined expression from denominator. But when cancelling these two, there is an important thing that you have to write. Here x is not equal to 2. Because if x was 2, this bracket becomes 0. You can't divide a fraction by 0. So you have to mention that here we cancel these two expressions since it is not equivalent to 2. Now after that step, not defined part of the function was removed. Now I can substitute x equal to without any problem. 2 plus 2 becomes 4. 4 square root becomes 2. 2 plus 2, 4. Answer is 1 over 4. X squared minus 1. 2x squared minus 7x plus 5. I have to find the value of this function when x tends 1. Just simplify 1 for the numerator and see what you get. Here you get 1 squared is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. Then for the denominator, 1 squared is 1, 2 into 1, 2. Here 1, 7 into 1, 7, just 5. This becomes 0. 2 plus 5, 7, 7 minus 7, 0. That means to find this limit, we can't substitute 1 directly for the function. Function becomes 0 over 0, that is not defined. So I have to remove this not defined case from the question. How to remove that? You need to simplify this further. For this one you can apply difference of two squares. This is a quadratic expression. You can use factoring method and get these two factors. Factors are think these two are the factors. Let's see 2x squared plus 5 minus 2, 2x minus 5, x minus 1. These two are the vectors. Now you can see we can cancel these two, x minus 1. After doing that, you have to state x is not equivalent to 1. That's why we cancel these two expressions. Now substitute x equals 1 here. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 into 1, 2. 2 minus 5 minus 3. Expression is defined. We have removed not defined part. You can write it like this. This is the answer. This example. Limit of this function when x tends a. Just simplify a here. A squared minus a squared. Denominator becomes 0. That means I have to simplify this one further and remove that not defined part out of the function. How to do that? For denominator, I can apply difference of two squares and write the factors of that. X minus a, x plus a. And here you have a term minus another term. To simplify this is the concept we are going to apply. Conjugate. Multiply both numerator and denominator by the conjugate of numerator. Write the same term, put the opposite operation, plus, and write the second term, same term. And you have to multiply this part in denominator as well. Now in numerator we have factors of difference of two square numbers, a minus b, a plus b. What is the factorization? A squared minus b squared. A squared, that means square of this is x minus b, minus b squared, square of this factor, and here you have to write the whole thing. After simplifying the numerator, we have x minus b minus a minus into minus plus b. This minus b and plus b get cancelled and we have x minus a. Now you can see I can cancel these two terms. So when I cancel that, you have to write x is not equal to a. It is just approaching a, not equal. Now I can substitute a instead of x. A plus a, 2a. Here a minus b. Here also a minus b. Square root a minus b plus square root a minus b, 2 square root a minus b. 2 into 2, this becomes 4. This is the answer. A plus h whole thing cube minus a cube divided by h. I have to evaluate this when h tends 0. Directly by substituting 0, we can't get an answer because denominator becomes 0. It is not defined. Then I have to simplify this further. Expand. A cube plus 3a squared h plus 3a h squared plus h cube minus a cube. This is the expansion of cube. Then plus a squared minus a squared get cancelled. And here you have 3 terms remaining where h is a common factor. Take that common factor out. Divided by h. Now you can see these two get cancelled. At the same time you have to write this. H is not equivalent to 0. Now you can see there is a pattern in these questions. This is the not defined part in the question. If it is x tends to, let's say x tends to, then x minus 2, this is the not defined factor. Take to this side, x minus 2. If it is h tends 0, h minus 0, that means h is the not defined part. Let's say you have x tends minus 3, like this, limit x tends minus 3, take minus 3 to this side, it becomes x plus 3. This is the not defined part in your limit question. You have to cancel this part out. Here you have 0, you have h, you have to cancel h in the question. Now we have done that. Now you can substitute 0 for h. This term becomes 0, this becomes 0. Answer is 3a squared. I hope to discuss more examples, and there are 2 theorems in limits, and I will be discussing those 2 theorems in my second video. Thank you.